I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on sequences and series. We're going to discuss few important questions based on arithmetic sequence in this particular video. Here are three questions for you. You can pause the video, answer these questions, and then look into my suggestions. In case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given here. You should also check my website for the new uploads. Question number one is: two terms of an arithmetic sequence are 20 and 44. Create three different arithmetic sequences with the above given terms. Question number two. The first term of the arithmetic sequence is 18. Two other terms of the sequence are 42 and 78. The common difference between the consecutive terms is an integer. Determine all possible values of 100th term. Question number three is: the sum of first three terms, which are in arithmetic sequence, is 33. If the product of first and the third term exceeds the second term by 29, find the terms. Well, as you know, the elements in the arithmetic sequence are increased by a fixed number. We call it D. So arithmetic sequence is one in which the terms are A, A plus D, A plus 2D, so on, right? So the nth term is given by A plus n minus 1 times D. So that is how the arithmetic sequence goes. Let us see how do we solve such questions. Question number one. Two terms of an arithmetic sequence are 20 and 44. Create three different arithmetic sequences with the above given terms, right? So the key here is we are given two terms which are 20 and 44. We need to create three different arithmetic sequences. So these two are the terms in the sequence, right? So there could be more terms in between, but they should be within the sequence. How do we do this kind of question? Well, the concept here is that the common difference D should be a factor of the difference between the two terms, right? Only then you will get an integer value as D. So the strategy is the arithmetic sequence will have a common difference. Two terms given are 20 and 24. Interval between them is what? 24, correct? So the common difference should be a factor of 24 to form the arithmetic sequence. This is kind of very important to understand, and that's the key. So now, what are the factors of 24? You see 40 minus 44, sorry, this was 44, not 40. So it is basically 44 minus 20 is 24. So we are now looking into factors of 24. You get the point, right? They will be equal to D. So we can list the factors of 24, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24, right? So these are the factors of 24, and therefore these are possible values of D. So we can say the possible values of D are all these values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, or 24. So you can pick up any of these possible values and then create your sequence, which will definitely have 20 and 24. You can begin with 20, for example, move forward and backwards, correct? And that way, you will ensure that both the terms are within the sequence, right? So you begin with 20. You can choose D as 12. So when you add 12, you get 32, 44, 56. When you subtract 12, you get 8, for example. So you could list this as your arithmetic sequence. If you choose D to be 6, begin from 20. Take away 6 to get a term previous to this. Add 6, keep on adding 6 to get the terms which are after 20 until you cross 44. Now you can choose D as 4 also. So you can decrease by 4 and then increase by 4. Cross 44 since you need to have these two terms within your sequence. Is that clear to you? So like this, you can make many sequences. Perfect? Okay. Now, let's see the second question, which is kind of related, slightly difficult question. The question here is, the first term of the arithmetic sequence is 18. Two other terms of the sequence are 42 and 78. The common difference between the consecutive terms is an integer. Determine all possible values of 100th term. So I think you can pause the video and answer this question now. The concept is kind of similar. However, there is one difference. We are given that A is equal to 18. We need to find the value of D, possible values of D, so that we do have a term, let's say TR as 42 and let's say TP as 78. So now that becomes your question. Well, what we could do now here is that we can find the difference between 42 and 78. We can also find difference between 18 and 42. These differences and their factors will help us to get the solution. I hope you got the hint, right? Now you can pause and answer this question. So as I was saying, what we are going to do here is that we know that the arithmetic sequence has a common difference. The two terms given to us are 18 and 42, where 18 is the first term, right? So what is the interval between 18 and 42? Well, 42 minus 18 is 24. So we get 24 is between 18 and 42, right? So 42 minus 18 is 24. Similarly, what is the difference between 78 and 42? Well, 78 and 42 is 36. So we get the interval between 78 and 42 as 36. Now what are we looking for? We are looking for the common factors between 24 and 36. Those will be the possible value of D, right? So all possible values of D will be the common factors of 24 and 36. You get the idea. So that is how we solve this question. So let's write down the factors of 24. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Factors of 36 are also given here as 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 12, 18, and 36. Now for some, finding factors could be tricky. So what you could do is you could do prime factorization, right? So 24 is 2 times 12. So we know 12 and 2. Then again 2 times 6. So that gives you 4. 2 times 2 is 4, right? We get 2 times 3. So that gives you all possible factors. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. All those numbers are written here. That gives you a complete list. Similarly, for 36, we can go like this. 36 is what? 36 is, we can say, 2 times 18, and 18 is 2 times 9, and 9 is 3 times 3. So by prime factorization also, you can get the list of your factors, or you can make a rainbow. Perfect, any method you adopt. So you get all the factors. Once you get all the factors, circle the common factors. So as you can see here, the common factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Correct? Also, 12 is a common factor. So we get these 6 as the common factors. Therefore, we are saying that the common factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So these are possible values of D, correct? So we can have D as these values. We need to now find the 100th term. So the question basically is to find the 100th term. So the formula for the nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d, substituting 100. Here, 18, since we know a is 18, the very first term in the formula, it could be simplified as 18 plus 99d. Now, we can substitute the different values of d, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12, to get the 6 values. So these are the 100th terms which we have calculated here. So substitute 1 for d. So 18 plus 99 times 1, which gives you 117. Substitute 2 for d, right? So you substitute 1, substitute 2, substitute 3, 4, 6, and 12 in this particular formula for the 100th term. And you get your 100 terms, right? So these are your 100th terms. So all possible 100 terms are 117, 216, 315, 414, 612, and 1206. So I hope you got the concept. A very important question from test point of view. Now let's move on to our last question. The last question, question number 3 here is, the sum of first 3 terms which are in an arithmetic sequence is 33. If the product of first and third term exceeds the second term by 29, find the terms. So now, first 3 terms sum is 33. Add them up, it should be equal to 33. So what could be the 3 terms? Of course, will be x, x plus d, x plus 2d, where the common difference is d. They become the first 3 terms. When you add them up, you get 33. Simplify to get an expression x plus d equals to 11. Now you can write d in terms of x, which is 11 minus 6. Now we'll use the second condition, that is, if the product of the first and the third exceeds the second term by 29. So product of first and the third is x into x plus 2d. It exceeds means plus 29 of the second term, which is x plus d. So we get an equation. Second equation with x and d. We can solve this by substitution. We'll now substitute the value of d in this particular equation. So first I have expanded this, written as like a quadratic form, and then I have substituted the value d equals to 11 minus x in this particular case. Substituting by this results into a quadratic equation in x. Now this quadratic equation is simplified, factored, and there you get the answer. X is equal to 2 or x is equal to 20. So we get 2 possible values for x. X equals to 2 or x equals to 20 from this factored form. Now when x is 2 and when x is 20, we can find the value of d. We know d is 11 minus x. So in this case, it will be 11 minus 2, which gives you 9. And in the other case, it is 11 minus 20. And we know 11 minus 20 is going to give us minus 9. So therefore, there are 2 different conditions. So for x equals to 2, d is 9. The terms are what? Well, in this case, the terms will be 2, 11, and 20. So one of our answer will be that the terms are 2, 11, and 20. The second one is when x is equals to 2, d is minus 9. So it's a decreasing sequence, and the terms are 20, 11, and 2, right? So that is how your arithmetic sequence is going to be. So these are two possible solutions for the given question. So I hope you understand the concept. Feel free to write a comment, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.